Hello, join me in the weird and wonderful adventures of my mind, the mystic darkness, the weird frivolous energies that you find confined in these four walls. I'm gonna start off straight away by jumping into a little theory. Right now it's 4 a.m., you know what I'm saying? Man's chilling, man's living life, you know what I'm saying? Steaming, hot as fuck right now. Room's coming like a sauna. Can't really keep the fan on because I'm recording. So you know it's gonna get even more sweaty, bruv. Lovely jubbly. And you know what? The other day, man was on my shroomy, woomy, toomy type situations, broski. And I was in like a field of turnips. You know what I'm saying? That field of turnips is very special to my heart. The specific one I'm talking about near so a minute. Had some real therapeutic situations there because man's been laying up in the fields, you know what I mean, crying some real tears. And during one of my little trip sessions, you know what, the shroomy woomies to me are genuinely a spiritual being, fam. They're like a teacher of some sort because there's no other substance that I've ever taken in my life, innit? And I've delved into a lot of different situations. There's never been something else that's quite comparable to the shrooms, bro. Genuinely, like it feels like every time I take them, they've taught me so much about just existence, consciousness, this universe, all of that. Like I truly don't believe the position I am in today of being myself and remembering who I am and coming to myself and upholding my truth like to its fullest form. The catalyst for that even happening, the catalyst for my evolution, especially recently. I only did shrooms like more than a year ago, I think. I'm 23 now, so like when I was like 22 and something, well, I'm about to be 24 as well, which is mad. And yeah, bro, during this last little trip, bro, I had this kind of revelation, bro, an understanding of where we all come from. This concept of existence of consciousness in and of itself. Now, I am an individual that's a little spiritual, lyrical, miracle, spherical type of individual. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I believe in manifestation. Not so belief; it's more of a knowing because belief has a certain level of doubt behind it. This is more so I regard a knowing or understanding that we are all involved in the creation of our reality. We are all one. We are all consciousness. And if all of that stuff is true, right? Let's just play a little thought experiment. If all of that stuff is true, well, we can kind of infer how exactly we all began. We didn't begin as anything other than just oneness, as consciousness. And when we woke up as consciousness, I have to deep this. Like when we wake up from a dream, we were somewhere else. We know where we were. We can remember vividly where we were. But as soon as we wake up, we begin to forget. We begin to. It's almost like it doesn't compute with our current reality. So the memories of it begin to fade. But it's not as if we don't remember. It's just almost our brain purposefully forgets. And I truly believe when we first came into existence, or at least now let me say I truly understand, when we first came into existence as consciousness, you and me, we woke up almost like waking up from a dream and we don't know why we were here. We very quickly kind of forgot, like almost like in this weird natural reaction type way, we forgot where we came from, how we ended up here. And being consciousness, having the perception and understanding of existence when nothing exists except for you. Just try to picture how existentially like insane that feeling would be. How scary, how terrifying, how painful that might be. You exist, you woke up and it's just nothingness. You know you exist, you can feel you exist, you know you came from somewhere, but you don't know exactly where you came from. You have zero answers and you have all the questions. And you just exist and just think about how long we would have existed in that state for. Time is a weird relative thing, right? We might have existed in that position for billions or trillions of years, bro. And the amount of pain that built up is insane. And we are able to manifest our realities as we seem fit. So I'm assuming that in our hearts, we wanted to kind of manifest ourselves into a physical reality in which we forgot the very pain of existence. Probably why we manifested ourselves into protons and atoms, electrons, neutrons, all these kind of things. But this is my thing though. Why is evolution happening, bro? If this is the case that we are all consciousness, we are all one, we all came from a beginning that we woke up, this existence, this beginning was very painful, was very traumatic. Why did then we decide to become physical? Why? Because we want to run away from that pain by becoming basically objects, or not objects, but these beings like atoms, neutrons, electrons, whatever, becoming these fucking things, we're in a position where we don't have to remember. We don't even have the capacity to remember our existence and the pain of our existence. So we made ourselves and allowed ourselves to be in a position where we genuinely are able to forget the beginning of our existence, forget the pain of our existence, but still we evolve up until the point of us being human beings today who are able to conceptualize their reality, who are able to meditate and sit and relax and just contemplate and ponder. And it seems like we're on this path of remembrance. Why we're on this path of remembrance is because we truly as consciousness want to be able to sit with our pain. We want to be able to sit and give our pain grace, be joyful in our pain, be loving it towards our pain. And we weren't able to do that in the beginning of our existence. And to me, it is so clear. When I began to understand this, it's so clear to me as to why we all are so deeply involved in evil, so deeply involved in violence. Because when I'm angry, when I'm scared, when I'm operating based off of fear alone, it's very easy to not think about anything else. Your mind doesn't really have the time to contemplate. You're out here doing these atrocious fucking things. You're fucking murdering people. You're you know. So at the end of the day, why all this evil is on this earth, why we see so much pain, why we see so much ignorance and cycles of abuse, because we're all in some weird way trying to forget our existence. We're trying to forget the beginning of our existence, which is just nothing but pain, bro. But at the same time, interestingly enough, we are constantly evolving and growing and waking up to the realization, to the fact that we want to be okay with pain. We want to be able to sit with pain and give it grace. And that's why we even came into physical forms that would allow us to even conceptualize pain in such a way where we can alchemize it into something that's beautiful. And that's what we've wanted since the beginning. We just didn't know how to make it happen. Do you know what I mean? It's this strange concept, the idea that God knows everything except for where God came from, and that is a painful, painful feeling. And if you're God and I'm God and we're all God, all of that consciousness, we all carry that pain deep, deep inside of us. And when you deep it, it really does make sense. The way our societies are built and structured, the way we all operate off of fear, it's this constant cycle of attempting to forget our beginning, forget the pain of our existence. And that's why in my heart, bro, the first tattoo I'm gonna get, bro, on my arm, like on my local right forearm here, bro, is gonna be remember to remember. I seen XXXTentacion got a neck tattoo, remember to remember. And my man kind of deep, so I wonder if he had the same realization or if his remember to remember is completely different to my remember to remember. Who knows? I'm assuming there is the correlation because I'm deeply connected to him, so it would make sense. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, that's just a little fun theory, I guess you could call it. To me, it's just facts. I'm a very egotistical individual. Like, you'll find this with me. Like, my parents are narcissists. I come from a deep bloodline of narcissistic people. So naturally, my ego is very high. So when I believe in something, I kind of just believe, yeah, this is a fact. Like, I ain't got no doubt. But at the same time, I'm very open to being wrong about everything. I recognize I am human. I recognize I am just a person at the end of the day, which is a beautiful duality that I contain within me. Like, I very much with everything in my life, I'm both ends of like the same extreme, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm just as evil as I'm good. I'm just as kind as I am like rude. I'm just as, you know what I mean, calm as I am angry. All of that stuff. So yeah. I'm so grateful. Look, I'm in a position right now, right? I'm living with my father. My father is very emotionally abusive. I come from very abusive family members, parents. My mother was very physically abusive and emotionally, but my father is purely just emotionally abusive. And I see that the main difference between the two is my mother is very purposeful, very intentional with the abuse that she causes, whereas with my father, he just operates from a pure standard of fear and a desire to control everything, and an insistence that everything has to be a particular way, in a certain way. Like, he comes from this mentality, this culture that, oh, smiling, laughing, joking, these things are not masculine. These, you're not a man if you laugh and joke. And they'll only laugh and joke when someone who they believe is superior to them makes a joke first, then they're okay with laughing. But if anyone they feel is inferior to them makes a joke with them, they feel like it's a personal insult. It's weird. It's fucking weird. And he's recently come up with this idea that he wants to kick me out, all of this, all of that. Why? Because I smoke weed. Okay, like what the fuck does that? It doesn't make a difference to anything. It really doesn't affect anything. My older brother, who lived in his house for like 4 years, bro, and was making way more money than me, bro, doing best, all of that. This guy was smoking as much weed as me, or if not more, at one point, and my dad never said nothing to him. It's just this weird double standard situation he has with his children. I look the most like my father out of all my siblings, and my mother hates me for that. And my father hates me for that as well, because he hates himself, and because he sees himself in me type shit, just kind of hates me in that kind of regard as well. Trying to find any excuse to just belittle me, put me down, make me feel like I'm a piece of shit that's never gonna amount to anything. Because honestly, he doesn't want me to amount to anything. Like he generally dreads the idea that I'm better than him at everything, and that fucks with him heavy. Which is weird, right? Because a lot of people say, "Oh, parents love you, man. It's unconditional." Like, shut up, bro. Like a lot of parents, I'm gonna say. I was gonna say most, but I'll say a lot of parents genuinely do not want to see their children doing better than them. Like, if honestly, if 90% of the people I've met in my day to day life have had piece of shit parents, it's kind of fair to say that it's so common that parents are pieces of shit. And it's just a fucking shame that that's the case, but it is the case. That's like a lot of these people that talk that talk about parents in such a way where it's like, oh my god, nah, they're your parents, it's their first time living life, or man, shut up, bro. They're fucking adults, bro. Like, fucking children can figure shit out better than what they've been figuring out, and they in their fucking 50s and shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't give them no fucking excuse. Sure, you want to give them grace. Sure, you want to give them some, like, forgiveness or whatever else. Feel free, bro. Do that. Like, I've got nothing wrong with that. I've got nothing against that. But don't deny or invalidate the pain that these individuals have caused you in an attempt to try and feel okay with it, in an attempt to try and bridge that gap between you guys. Oh, my phone's going off. 1 second. Like, a lot of us seek our parents' love deeply. Like, I was a kid that used to cry if I forgot my dad's birthday, because I'm worried that might have hurt him. I'm worried I might have actually like upset him. And now to the point of being someone, like, they squeezed all the love out of me. Like, every bit of love I had for them, they just squeezed out of me. And it took me 23 years to really say, okay, these people will never love me. These people will never change. So I might as well just call it off and just be calm with it, be okay with it, be grateful for it. And recently this guy's been putting pressure on me to leave the house. He tried telling me first, when he found out I started smoking weed again, because for like 7 months I wasn't smoking weed because I live with him. I just don't want to deal with the stress, so I'd rather just not. But then living with him is so much stress that, like, bro, I can't stay away from the weed. I mean, tired of shit. um so yeah, he first said I got 2 weeks to move out. I was like, bro, I ain't got money for a deposit or rent, nothing. So what, you just gonna make me homeless, you dickhead? And it's like, all right, cool. I'll give you the time. I'll give you like 2 months max in it. Well, 1.5 months actually. And yeah, I got a car as well. Like a month and a bit ago, a month and a half ago. Now that I got that car, it gives me so much freedom, because even if he does kick me out, I could live in my car until I got rent money. Like, you know what I mean? So he's got no power over me. And the way I live in the house with this guy, broski, he searched through my drawers, he goes through my stuff. I'm big 23. I literally keep my car keys, because I've got 2 of them. I keep them on the padlock. Like, I keep them padlocked up in this little bag thingamajig I got, just so he don't fucking take it and do anything with it. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because when I first got the car, it was my sister's old car, because my dad brought her a new car and I got her old one, and he brought it up here from London. And when he first brought it up here, I was asking for the keys, and he was trying to use any excuse to just hold on to the key and not give it to me. And I mean, so I just don't trust the guy at all, bro. Um, and yeah, bro. So he said, okay, you got 1 2 weeks. Then he gave me the time, a little bit of time to get enough money. I asked him for more time recently. I'm like, can I have a bit more time? Because, like, I'm gonna leave with not that much to my name once, like, deposit and first month rent is taken out of my bank and shit. And I'd prefer to have, like, some good money there just to be comfortable and shit. And then he laughed in my face, started going on about how, oh, I thought about this, yeah, and my brother, he lives in Albania. He's not coming back to this country, so I don't need to keep this house here. I'm just gonna sell it. Wow, isn't that interesting? So you keep the house for any of my other siblings, But this house, he owns this house, by the way. He's had a mortgage on it since like 2007, so he recently paid it off and shit. And he said, "Oh, I'm gonna sell the house. I'm gonna go live in Turkey. I'm gonna go live my life there, yada yada." And yeah, and then I was like, "Okay, when you selling it?" And he said, "Well, if I told the fucking real estate agent, they could sell it off in a couple days." I'm like, "Okay, so you're gonna make me live in the car? All right, that's fine." And I'm just so not bothered. And then he's just trying to get on to me like, "Oh, how you gonna live in the car? You won't survive. You won't last. You won't." Sure, I wouldn't. Like, you do realize my mom's made me homeless a couple times. Like, I've been sleeping outside. Like, I slept outside at like fucking 15, bro. Dead in the middle of winter, like October times type shit. Like, a fucking car is gonna be quite easy, mate. Like, trust me. Um, but I know he's chatting shit, bro. He's not gonna sell the house. He's a pussy, bro. He's so scared of like spending money or like not having money saved or like, you know what I mean. So honestly, the guy's got money, bro. The guy's got decent wealth, and all he does is sit in the house all day and do nothing with his life. He's so miserable. He's so sad. And he's so upset anytime I just step outside. Me even just going outside and enjoying the fucking sunshine is a problem for him. Because why are you going outside? Or if you go outside, you're probably going to spend money. It's better to just stay home, save money. Like, bro, live your fucking life. You're like 62 and you've never once just done anything for fun. Like, imagine being 62 and just having never done anything for fun since you was a little kid and played around with toys and shit. That is fucking depressing. Like, oh my god. But anyways, the other day, he yeah, the other day he went up to he tried saying, "Yo, come downstairs, let's have a conversation." And I was like, "You're talking to me now. If you got something to say, you can say it." And he's like, "No, no, no, you need to come sit down next to me and we'll talk." I'm like, "No, I don't. Just say what you gotta say." And then he knows I'm not coming downstairs. So then he goes, "So what's your plan then? So what are you doing?" I'm like, "Be specific." He says, "Oh, what? So are you leaving then?" You're the one who's trying to kick me out. You're the one who said he's gonna sell the house. I'm gonna be forced to leave in like a week or something. And now you're asking me if I'm leaving. I said that's you. I asked you for more time. You said no. You actually have less time than what we originally agreed on. So what do you want me to do? And then he's going, "Oh well, if you say to me I'm gonna quit weed and I'm not gonna smoke weed anymore, then I'm like, bro, I'm gonna live my life exactly how I'm gonna live it. And if you don't like it, feel free to do as you please. Like, I'm not gonna hold. I'm not gonna. What am I gonna do, bro? It's your house. You wanna kick me out? I'm gonna go. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just these weird tactics, like broski, and it's so sad to the point it's coming to. Because a couple of months ago, broski, there's times where I poured my heart out to him, bro. Poured my fucking heart out to him, bro. Like almost begging him, like, bro, just love me, fam. Just fucking love me, bro. Accept me for who I am, bro. And just stop trying to cause problems for no reason, fam. Like, he acts like it's such a fucking big deal and it's so weird. Here's the dynamic between me and my dad. This is how life goes, yeah. I go work, I come back, I stay on my laptop, I might go out sometimes, and that's it. Like, that's all I do, bro. I don't cause you no problem, I don't cause you no stress, I don't cause you no difficulty. But because I am me and I'm me freely and you hate that, you just wish I could be this piece of shit that you want me to be. You just wish I could be failing and struggling. And it's like all of this shit started up going crazy when I got the car. Because what's funny is, like, I was smoking weed like a month before I got the car, and I made it very obvious. Like, so obvious to the fact even getting my plug to link me right outside my door where he could just see me buying it. You know what I mean? And he didn't question anything. He didn't say anything, even though it was so obvious, until I got my car. Until I got something which basically gave me full freedom. Like, if I get kicked out, I still got shelter to live in. I still got like a warm place to kind of stay up in. You know what I'm saying, bro? And that pissed him off. Like, he's like, shit, now I got even less control of him. Like, fuck's sake, you know what I'm saying? And especially if you see the way I was in the beginning of when I came to his house, like last year October till now, how much less subservient I am to him, how much less bullshit I take from him. Like, I don't argue, I don't answer. You ask me a question, I don't need to fucking answer you. I don't need to explain myself to you, because that desire of having a relationship with my father has completely disappeared. Like I said, the last bit of love that was within me was just squeezed out completely. So I'm completely kind of numb to them, you know what I'm saying? So He's just going crazy over that. But it's just such a blessing at the same time, because in my mind, broski, it's like the love, the kindness, the freedom that I even hold today. Would I even hold it if I didn't go through all of this shit? Like, these past few months being with him, yeah, it has taught me. Like, I'm in this position where I'm in the public eye, whatever, and one day I'm gonna be super super famous, broski. And there's gonna be people that will hate on me. There's gonna be people, naturally, it's just life. There's gonna be people who chat shit, who this that, and it's gonna be so much easier to deal with them, knowing I've come to a point in place where I have like my biggest hater who lives with me. Like, my biggest hater, like, he sits downstairs just angry all the time that I'm alive, bro. Like literally, fam. And broski, the fact that I've been able to just completely negate and ignore that, the fact that been able to kind of move in this way where like his energy is non-existent to me, it put me in this weird position where it's like, yo, any kind of hate, any kind of negativity that comes my way, I'm gonna have such an easier time dealing with it, due to the fact that I have mastered dealing with my biggest hater. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm eternally grateful to the universe for setting me up in these positions. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, so now the only desire, now the only movement forward, bro, just keep going, keep doing my thing, bro. Keep being me. And these levels of freedoms that I've acquired recently. You know what? I'm an individual. I want children. Like, I've always wanted children. I want like a big family, all of that type of stuff. Yeah. And in my mind, and I was always thinking, yo, I'm not gonna have children till I'm like 35 at least, because I need to be like big, rich money. I need to like have good position, and I need to have like time in my 20s to like party and go crazy and do whatever else, all that type of shit, right? But then my mind's like, broski, all of these things I feel like come from a place of insecurity or a place of like anxiety. Because if I had children today, like let's say just boom, whatever love of my life came in, had a child, I'm still working a regular job, whatever else, bro, I'd be able to provide. I'd be able to look after my child. I'd be able to be in a position to do good for my child. You know what I'm saying? And I'd still be in a position where I can go out if I want to. Like, if you and the mother of your child are fucking like mature people, you're gonna be able to come like to a middle ground, to come up like how can I say, I can't think of the words, but like, yeah, I'm gonna go out on this day. Can you stay home with a baby, or vice versa type shit? You know what I'm saying? Or like leave the child with a family member or babysitter, and both of you lot go out type shit. So it's like, I don't believe having children takes your life away from you. I don't believe any of that, and I'm not worried about these finances. I'm not worried about, will I have enough money? Will I have this? Will I have that? Because I know everything happens in the perfect time and in the perfect way. It's so I'm never concerned about it anymore. And even when I am concerned, even when those concerns pop up in my mind, they're not really like an important thing. They're not like a driving factor in how I feel. Do you know what I mean? I know life is blessed. I know I'm blessed. I know I am perfect, and I know things are always gonna be perfect. So I'm not concerned or worried or stressed. Like, it seems like in this life, anytime I even try to make a bad decision, I'm forced to make a good decision. I'll give you an example. Like with my dad kicking me out and stuff like that, it's like, broski, if I was really considering staying longer than I have to, just so I have more money saved up or whatever, as if I can't save money once I'm out on my own type shit. But obviously, I'll be saving less because I'm paying rent. Um, but still, the fact that I was gonna do that, and if I was able to, I would have. But the fact that I was forced to basically, no, you have to leave as soon as you can type shit, it was the best thing for me, broski. Because why would I want to be shrouded in this energy of hatred and in jealousy and all of this type of stuff? Like, why would I want to remain in that? What, for a little extra few numbers on my bank account? Like, it all makes sense. I'm already rich. I'm gonna be rich as fuck. So, you know what I'm saying, broski? So even when I'm going down a path of trying to make the wrong choice, I end up just always making the right choice. And a lot of the times in my life, bro, a lot of the mistakes I made, a lot of the wrongs I did, kind of have to look at it like it was all the right choices, bro. Not when it comes to like people I've hurt, or like people I've broken or anything like that, broski, or hearts are broken. Because in that regard, yeah, that was definitely the wrong fucking choice. But in terms of just decisions that impacted my life for the most part, they were all the right decisions, bro, because they all led me to being who the fuck I am today and who I've become today, and the mentality, the mind state I have today, broski. Genuinely, broski, I am so grateful for everything that has happened in my life, broski. Like, bro, just the general of everything, I'm so much more free, broski, especially with creating content, with doing things. I'm no longer insistent that things have to happen in a particular way, exactly in this way, exactly in that way. Like with content, I was like that for a long time, like first like 6 7 months, let's say, or even, probably more. Like I think I've been doing content for like 8 months maybe now. I can't be asked to count it though. In the beginning, I was doing very like varied and variety type of content, like gaming videos, commentary videos, different kind of like comedy stuff as well, even like weird sketch stuff. Just talking random rambles, random thoughts I have in my mind, posting on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all of that. And then I noticed that that kind of stuff was getting more attention than my music. Like I had commentary videos that got like 1K views and got me like 20 subscribers, but then my songs would be getting like 5 views and like no subscribers type of shit. Except for when I'm posting on like shorts and stuff. So then my mind was like, well, I don't want to blow up off of something that's not my music, and then people don't fuck with the music, so I'm just gonna only post music. And then I was just posting music for like 6 months straight, nothing else. Um, I was very consistent with it. I was doing good, but it's like I was seeing no traction, no growth. And then I started listening to Basharingtons. If you know about Big Bashar, yeah, broski Bashar fam, you need to look him up. And he was talking about how in order to really let things manifest, you have to have a lack of insistence of how things play out. Like if your desired ambition is like fame, power, wealth, whatever your dreams, like money, all of this type of shit, right? There's not just one way that you can be led towards the outcome. There's like a billion fucking different avenues and ways and paths that can lead you there. And being insistent on this one particular path is limiting your own opportunity, because you're basically telling the universe, I refuse this coming in any other way than the only way that I'm able to imagine in my limited imagination. Do you know what I'm saying? And now I've come to that point where I don't care about that. So I just post varied, bro. And since I've been posting varied stuff again, where I'm just posting like random stuff that comes to my mind, it doesn't all have to be music based. Because if I blow up for something that isn't my music, I know my music's still gonna get eyes seen. I know my music's still gonna have a beautiful audience. So no matter what, I'm still gonna get the outcome. It's just I'm not insistent on how the outcome comes about, because I know there's a billion different ways it can come about. So I'm not concerned about it. The how, the why, the when, it's none of my concern. I just know it is, and I am, so I will continue to be. Do you know what I'm saying, broski? And since then, broski, I'm blessed, bro. Like, a man's been building, like, I guess you can say, like a little community on TikTok, especially, fam. Like, man's had 2 followers that are creators themselves, innit? 3 technically, but 2 of them I'm chatting to regularly, actually speaking to. We're showing support, love for each other's content, which is insane, bro. And I'm so blessed for it, because it's like, yo, fambo, in the beginning of my content posting, I was getting a lot of hate because I wasn't really being my true self. I wasn't being honest with myself. I was even wearing a mask, hiding my face, all of this type of shit, right? And because I wasn't being my true self, naturally, people who aren't their true selves gravitated towards it and obviously posted hate and stuff like that. But as I began to really be my true self, other people who are trying to be their true selves or who are their true selves began gravitating towards it, and then boom, now I'm actually getting love. These lot supporting me, liking and commenting on my shit. I'm supporting them, liking and commenting on their shit. And it's just such a beautiful thing, even having beautiful conversations with them about life and, you know what I mean, spirituality, all this type of shit, broski. Like, oh my days. It's one creator, especially, broski, Bliss right there, fam. If you're seeing this, bro, shouts out to you, big broski. Big man thing, very comfortable with them, fam. Even just chatting about random stresses in my life, that situation that I'm talking about with my dad to you lot, I talked about with her, fam. Genuinely, I'm eternally grateful for anyone that provides a safe space for individuals to be able to just be who they are without fear of judgment. Do you know what I mean? Because I've been surrounded by that my whole fucking life, bro. And just being around that now, because I am that now, is such a fucking blessing, bro. And it's just this little tangible evidence to be able to show me, hey, look, there's people out, like your community, your tribe is really out there. Do you know what I'm saying? And it is building. Do you know what I'm saying? It is building. If it's slowly but surely, if it's fast and sudden, it don't matter. It's building. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm so fucking grateful for that. So my advice to any guys, gals, whoever out there, fam, doing your thing, content posting, all of this content creating, be yourself entirely, and don't ever let your mind feel like, oh, if you have an idea oh, this is a bad idea, or maybe this isn't this. Just do it, bro. If you got an idea, just go for it, fam. Don't let it drift away. Don't let it fade away. And if it turns out to be a shit video, if it turns out you finish the product, you make it, and you're like, no, I actually don't want to upload this. It don't seem nice. I don't like it. Then fine, that's cool. But at least you did it. At least you didn't doubt yourself. At least you actually went ahead and said, you know what? I'm gonna try this. I have a desire to try this. I have a desire to diversify my content, do different stuff. So do it. Because remember this in this content creation journey. Maybe have a water break real quick from my mouth getting dry. Yeah, during this content journey, broski, you are the niche. Like this idea here that oh, you have to find a certain niche, and broski, then you'll get famous for that particular thing. And when that particular thing loses its hype, you're no longer famous. Like I give the example like Minecraft YouTubers, right? Minecraft YouTubers often find a niche. Sure, they have a bit of personality in it that's involved that kind of helps them build up their fame, but generally it's the game and the fame around the game that kind of built their audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these guys, they have their famous point. They have their point where they make a lot of money to do their thing, and that's beautiful. But then it kind of dies out, and then you see these accounts who have like 5 million subscribers but getting like 10k 5k views because you stuck to a niche, and that niche is not gonna, it's not gonna grow. It is what it is. Like what a niche is what it is and always will be what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? It's never going to really grow beyond that. Whereas you as a human being, the complexity within you is always going to grow and evolve, and people will be on the journey with you type shit. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you recognize and realize you are the niche, your niche is you, your personality, who you are, and you recognize like, oh, I'm an interesting person. Like I'm actually somebody people will be entertained by. People are interested if I'm playing games, if I'm making music, if I'm doing commentary videos, if I'm doing comedy, if I'm doing podcasts, if I'm doing whatever. People are just interested in that because you are you. And there's a lot of us, and especially some of you guys that are watching this video right now, this podcast, we're in positions, we're aligned for a reason, because we are people that are meant to be paid to exist. You know what I'm saying? And it's entirely possible. Don't come to me with that whole realism type bullshit. If it's in the realm, if it's within the realm of reality, then it is realistic by definition. Do you know what I'm saying? So don't be foolish and try and tell yourself that that's not realistic. Oh yeah, so there's people that exist, who do exist, plenty of people who are being paid to basically exist, being paid for their personality, and you think that can't be you. Sure, darling. Um So genuinely, broski, don't sell yourself short. Be yourself entirely as to who you are, and don't let nobody tell you that you're not interesting, that you're not valuable, that you're not. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Let's talk a little bit about capitalism. I've come to this realization, yeah, I can't really be friends with capitalists. Like, I can have conversations with a communist, with a socialist, even with a libertarian and an anarchist, but I just can't have conversations with capitalists because it's all emotion. There's no logic, there's no facts. To me, people who back capitalism are basically people who back religion. It comes from a place of deep desperation, deep insecurity, deep anxiety. It doesn't come from a place of reasoning and understanding. Like I had a conversation with a colleague about capitalism and all of this, and I just felt, and I don't, and we spent like a couple hours conversating, and I've regretted so much. Cause why, bro? Why did I have conversation with someone that sounds so bitter or so resentful? The idea that people should have a right to clean water, should have a right to fucking free healthcare, free education, to shelter, to clothing, to food. All of these ideas are backwards to you, and if those ideas are backwards to you, then you are a backwards individual. And like, why am I even trying to have conversations with you? Why am I even trying to be like your friend? Like, when you're in a state of religious psychosis, and I will call capitalists like people who are in a state of religious psychosis, no one's gonna get you out of it except you. Like, no one's gonna be able to convince you of anything except you. You're just gonna have to come up to the conclusions by yourself. So not to say you shouldn't have conversations with people of opposing beliefs, but if their entire basis is this backwards, weird, bootlicking, like licking the asses of billionaires type of position, then why even consider any of their opinions and thoughts to be valid in any way? Like, why give it any credence? Why give it any attention? Like, I just don't see the fucking point, bro. It's just a fruitless endeavor. It doesn't lead to anything, broski. Like, it's literally the definition of insanity, just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, broski. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? So it's like, it don't even make sense, cuz. And I'm so grateful I'm at that point in position in my life where, like, politically I've become so much more aware. There's so much more I can do. There's so much more I need to read and understand. I hate reading. I don't read at all. You know what I mean? Some people might think I'm stupid. And this individual as well that I'm talking about, this colleague that I was chatting to about capitalism, kind of told me that's really bad that you don't read. I don't care. Like, I don't read, and I'm more educated on just general stuff than a lot of people who read a fuck ton. Like, read fucking hundreds of books in their life and shit. And bro, I've only read like horrible histories and like Lord of the Rings and shit. Like, I've not read more than that, bro. Not even Lord of the Rings, bro. I read The Hobbit, not Lord of the Rings, bro. Lord of the Rings is long, bro. The Hobbit at least was one book from. But fucking hell, yeah. So these ideas, these principles, these things, it's just such a damn shame, bro, how we even come to a point where we're conditioned to believing that human beings don't deserve safety and food and shelter and all of that. And this individual in particular start every time would cite this idea that, or human nature or socialism, all these things, they're just like this utopian perspective that's not realistic, or back to this idea of realistic. It's just so fucking silly, broski. Like, what? Because you view people to be evil, because you yourself are very inherently selfish. And he kept making this argument as well, yeah, that if he lived in a society where everything was provided for him, his food, his shelter, his clothing, all of that kind of stuff, that he wouldn't work, that he wouldn't contribute anything to society, because why should he? He doesn't need to. Like, he's not forced to, so why should he? And to me, bro, you're just deranged. Like, you're actually fucking deranged, bro. And he kept trying to accuse me of wanting to kill him if I was in power. Like, if I, as an individual, I don't want to work, contribute to the system, that, yeah, I'm just gonna decide to throw you in a gulag and I think you should be put in a concentration camp because of that. Like, that's so fucking stupid, fam. Like, just the concept, the idea that I am now in position of power, I run a country, and I made this country a socialist type of country where wealth is redistributed, and this idea that people are against wealth redistribution when you already pay tax, you pay national insurance, you pay council tax, you fucking redistribute your wealth, except you redistribute your wealth to the wealthiest people in your society instead of to everyone. When it becomes redistribution to everyone, all of a sudden it's a problem. Do you see how you're conditioned? Your brain is like brainwashed to fucking lick the asses of billionaires and make sure that they maintain the position. Like, it's so fucking sad. But if you're in this position of power, whatever, you transition this country into that kind of position, and you got a group of people, a large group of people saying, well, I don't want to contribute to your system, I don't want to be a part of your system. Well, what do you do? I think there's many options there. You could take the route of just violent, insane, messed up situation and just do that whole USSR thing of throwing them into gulags. Or you can say, hey, I'm not going to force you to do anything. If you want, you can travel to any one of those capitalist countries. We will provide you access to travel to those countries. And if they say no, this is our home, we've lived here for hundreds of years, we're not going to leave based on this. Well, okay, then you're going to run your own communities. You're going to have your own state within a state. Why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't I give you that option? If there's a large enough number of people who are against the system that I've created, against the government that I've implemented, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to try to kill you. I'm not going to try to force you to do anything. I will give you the option to leave the country, or I'll give you the option to make your own state within a state, and then you can live freely and do as you please. As long as, of course, you're not killing any one of us. If you're killing any of us, then yeah, of course, we'd have to go to war. And his argument in that scenario was, oh well, human nature, whatever. In that situation, those people always fight you. And my thing is, so what? So what? People need to stop acting like violence is beyond them. It's really not beyond you. Like, if you're in a position where someone is trying to take your life and you have no fucking choice but to take theirs in order to protect yours, you will do it. Like, you just will naturally. Like, yeah, you're not gonna just sit there and take it type shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess some people might, but for the most part, no, you wouldn't. And how do we even go about making these changes? How do we even go about beginning to change society? I think it all begins with just awakening yourself, like spiritually, genuinely. It really does all kind of start there. Because if you can't even recognize the oneness within yourself, if you can't recognize other human beings being the same as you, being one with you, it's going to be very hard to try and be for a system that benefits everyone, especially if you don't learn to love yourself, or if you don't believe you're worthy of love. It is very difficult to believe everyone else is worthy of love, or everyone else is deserving of love. And thus, you're going to perpetuate these systems that are very selfish, individualistic, because then, hey, if this system basically shows us all that we're not deserving of joy, happiness, peace, prosperity, it kind of just aligns with my own insecurities of believing that nobody deserves that, because I believe in myself that I don't deserve that. So it starts with that. And then once you're in that position where you do feel worthy of love, where you know you deserve love, where you want love for everyone, you want peace and prosperity for everyone, where you recognize the oneness of this entire universe, then we have to begin to start saying hello to one another. Like, literally, I'm not playing with you. That's the beginning stages of it. If we as a people are not united, if we're not connected, then of course bullshit's gonna run rampant, bro. They're gonna be able to do what they want to us pretty easily, broski. Like, I give the example of police. Police is not a necessary fucking thing. It's only necessary in a selfish, individualistic type society that we have today. If you're talking about individuals, let's say people who SA other people, for example, if a community is tight knit, a community is close, people know each other, people know each other by name, people help each other out. If there's a young girl walking on the street late at night, or you know what I mean, at any time of the day, getting harassed by an individual, nobody's gonna sit there or stand there and let that happen in a community that's tight knit, in a community that all knows each other, that all trust each other, that all have each other's backs. That problem is going to be dealt with very swiftly, very quickly. Do you know what I mean? This goes back to people like Malcolm X talking about how the black community needs to arm themselves, need to train. Same with the Black Panther movements, because you're in a system where if somebody dies in your neighborhood or somebody gets killed, anything like that, and you call the police, they're not really going to try and help you. They don't really care. They're going to do the bare minimum that's required of them, and they're not going to do more. So you need to look after your own communities. And it's funny how both the Black Panther movement and Malcolm X were labeled as being violent, because they said, hey, we need to protect ourselves, which is insane, cuz. But it's the same now with us as people in general, broski. Like, the world has really gone, like, in terms of global communication, in terms of our access to the internet, all these barriers that were in front of us before, all these misconceptions and misunderstandings of each other's cultures, of each other's like countries, it's kind of disappeared. Well, it hasn't disappeared, but we have the ability to make it disappear. We have the ability to wash away any ignorance with education. So we're in this position now where we really can be one global community. Do you know what I'm saying, broskis? We have the ability to do it, to make it happen. So we just need to. There's this guy on Instagram, Just Jammy. Yeah, Just Jammy 23, I think is his Instagram, broski. Check him out. I met him like a couple weeks back in Asda, fam. Fucking hell. And he says hello to everyone he sees, bro. He says, hey, how you doing? Having conversation. Literally everyone he sees, bro. Like, it don't matter how busy, how quiet the street he's walking is on, he's saying hello to everybody. And for me, I feel like that's, once you have that spiritual awakening, once you have that realization and actualization of oneness of the universe, all of that, and then you begin to start communicating and connecting with other people, and he posts it all online, so it encourages more people to even do it. That's how we become united, really and truly. That's how we become closer and more together, and we become a stronger community. And when we're all united, we have the power to literally disrupt the system completely. We have the power and ability to completely make the system change and put instate a new government, wherever you are, whatever country. Like, truly, you don't really, and I'll be real with you really don't need more than like three people who are super loyal, super close to even take over a country. Let's be real, you don't. So if we had literally hundreds of thousands to millions of people who are all tight knit, who are all close, who are all organized, who have the same goals and ambitions, the change you can make, the differences you can make are like immeasurable. And that's why they want to continue to keep us divided for as long as they can, bro. It's their safety net. It's the safety net of the elites to keep us as the people divided, broski. So the more we go into all of these bullshits, the more we don't allow ourselves to be our true selves, the more we try to forget. If we going back to my little situation there that I talked about this universe, the less likely we are going to be able to find freedom. And I saw this little post on Instagram talking about now we're in this weird position, this weird race of trying to see if we as a people will unite and revolt against the elite before they develop advanced technology that's able to just keep us all in chains. Because if they get to a point where technology is so advanced, where they have like robot policemen, robot like drones, like that can control everything you do, control your access to certain areas and neighborhoods, and if we don't fucking revolt before then, yo, it's gonna be damn near impossible to ever have a revolution, bro. Like, just deep that, fam. That is terrifying to fucking deep. But in my heart of heart, man, I have no doubt, bro. This revolution is coming. There's no doubt in my mind, cause this revolution is coming, and it's coming fast, broski. Cause we are on a path to remembrance. We are on a path to remember who we are. We are on a path to sit with our pain, the pain that comes with existence, the pain that came with our very conception. And we want to sit with that pain and give it grace. Be okay with that pain. Be grateful for that pain. And find that peace, find that bliss. And through that, truly, we will be able to create a utopia upon this earth. And that, I have no doubt. No doubt at all. So, my people them, my tribes them, my tribe family, my soul family. Thank you very much for staying till the end, for listening to this throughout. I hope I entertained you. I hope I might have made you smile, maybe even giggle. Hopefully I made you think a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you sincerely. If you enjoyed this, if you feel cool to do so, please subscribe. Please like and share. I would appreciate that so much. It will boost me in the algorithm. All of that, you already know. Thank you so much for watching. Genuinely, I love you sincerely and dearly. Mwah.